Hello class. Real quick, we want to talk about the difference between a fresh egg, a good egg, and a bad egg. A lot of people are wondering, how can you tell whether an egg is good or not? Ours we sell as fresh, meaning that that egg was laid either that day, that week. It's really fresh. You have a good egg. A good egg may not have been laid right away, but it's still good to eat. It doesn't smell rotten or anything like that. And then you have a bad egg when you crack it open. It has that foul smell to it. The white yolk is really watery. You can tell that it's bad. So there are ways that you can tell whether or not an egg is a good fresh egg, a good egg, or a bad egg based on what we call the float test. So if you remember from the last video that we did, there's an air sac at the bottom of the egg. The bigger the air sac, the more that egg is going to float, and it's pulling away from the membrane in the eggshell. So the more air, the more it's going to float. So let's do a test. I kept some eggs on the counter it's been over a month that they've been sitting on the counter. And let's see how each egg does. So let's do our float test. Here we have an egg. This one was laid yesterday, I believe. So fresh, right? Here's how you can tell. We're going to drop it in the water. And you see how it just sunk straight to the bottom? That's a really good fresh egg. Now let's see the second egg. And if you can see, it's still moving around in there. But let's see if I could turn it. You can see it's standing upward, standing straight up instead of laying flat like how the other one was. That one is on its way to being bad. Now, if you do another egg, if I had another one with me, I could show you. But sometimes it'll lay flat and its bottom end would just be slightly up. That's still a good egg, right? It may not be completely fresh, but it's still good. This one, the air sac has gotten bigger. It's standing on its point. This one is I'll probably scramble these and feed that to my girls. So we were able to find one that was a bad egg, and watch what it does. Right up to the top. That one, we're just going to go ahead and get rid of it. We wouldn't eat that egg. Now, I'm going to also show you something else about your egg cartons that you get from your grocery store. Now, this is a grocery store egg carton. I took off the labeling so we don't give anybody any bad press or anything like that. I bought these eggs a long time ago, but I saved the carton because I really want to do a teaching on this. One thing that you can do when you're getting your grocery store eggs, instead of buying them from us or another farmer that does farm fresh eggs, if you look at this number right here, this is called a Julian calendar date, 044. That is the 44th day that they packaged this egg up. And it says used by March 29th. So if you look on your Julian calendar, you know that the number 44 equates to, hold on, let me do a quick calculation. Today is February 13th. So if you look on the side of your carton shelf when you go buy your eggs from the grocery store, look for the Julian date and see when these were packaged up for you. So they were packaged on this date. They still had to be shipped to where they were going, and they sat on the shelf waiting for you to come and get them. And they said that you should use them by March 29th. Again, I bought this a very long time ago, but I wanted you to be able to understand how to gauge how long those eggs have been sitting on the shelf for you. The rest of these numbers are like to you where they from. Like, these are numbers for people to be able to know where they came from. So in case you had recalls or something, these are the numbers that they use up at the top. But this right here is what you really want to be concerned with. The 3-digit date is a calendar date. It'll tell you again when it was packaged, and then they're also going to tell you when to use them by. And that's it about the freshness of an egg. I hope that you were able to learn something. Thank you very much for hanging out. Bye.